Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है, तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो, so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes. I see that people are joining in. Murthy ji, good afternoon. Dinesh ji, good afternoon. Sridhar ji, audio video clear. Good afternoon. Great, superb. We'll just wait for a minute, and then we should be good to go with the mid-market session today. Sudeep ji, good afternoon. Harish ji, good afternoon. Great, Ganesh ji. So I'm having a bit of a bad cold since morning, so kind of bear with me today. Good afternoon, Sudhakar ji, Champa ji, Ganesh ji, Harish ji. Good afternoon. Okay, perfect. Brindaban ji, hi. Super. Chalo. So let's start with today's bid market session. So first up with an update on the global markets first. So अगर हम US markets की बात करें, so Dow Jones closed 1.6% lower. S&P 500 closed 0.56% lower, while the Nasdaq closed around 0.26% lower. So clearly we could see good amount of profit booking that we are seeing in the US markets due to the ongoing conflict with Iran that is going on. So US markets are under some pressure over the last 2-3 sessions now. If you look at Dow futures, that is up 0.19%. So it's indicating a slight positive start to the US markets today. If you look at the European markets, Germany is down 1.6%, London is down 1.45%, France is down 1.49%. So clearly there is big amount of selling pressure that we are seeing in the European markets particularly. I mean, they've been like the worst performers over the last 2-3 sessions compared to the other global peers. If you look at Euro Stocks Index 50, that is up around 0.47%. If you look at the Asian markets, so barring our markets, the other Asian markets are doing well. Hang Seng is up 1.75%, Nikkei is up 0.62%, Shanghai is up 0.36%. Kospi is relatively flat today. It's up 0.02%, hardly a point. Whereas if you look at Sensex and Nifty, we started off on a negative note. Sensex is down 0.68% and Nifty is down around 0.73%. So Nifty is at 24,586 currently, while Sensex is at 79,477. No, Sudhakar ji, I didn't eat ice cream after India. So Sensex and Nifty both are down 0.68% and 0.72%. So clearly, our markets are also under a bit of pressure, over the last 2-3 sessions now. If you look at the macro indicators, dollar index continues to hold higher. If we see the last 3 sessions, it has been hovering around its 200-day EMA. So this 200-day EMA of around 98.7 to 99, that zone is acting as a stiff resistance for the dollar index in the last 3 sessions. But as long as dollar index stays above the 98.5 mark, the overall trend, again, it's likely to remain positive. The yields are kind of steadily inching up higher as far as the Japanese 10-year bond yields are concerned. Almost from 2.05%, we have gone to 2.17%. So I think some uptick in the Japanese 10-year yields. If you look at US 10-year yields, again, they have also seen a steady pullback from the lows. We were at around 3.96% and we have gone to 4.14% on the upside. And even if you look at Indian 10-year yields, we have kind of seen some correction from almost 6.7%. We have gone down to 6.65% here, which is a good sign. Ideally, we should drop even lower. We should come back to 6.5 6.5% as far as the Indian government bonds 10-year yields are concerned. If you look at India VIX, so India VIX kind of cooled off after rising nearly about 50% in the previous two sessions. Today, again, it's still at the elevated levels. It's at 18.84. But as long as India VIX stays above the 16.2 to 16.3 zone, the overall trend is likely to remain. The volatility is likely to remain elevated as long as India VIX stays above the 16 mark here. If you look at dollar by rupee, we have seen dollar by rupee taking some resistance around the 92.2 mark. The previous time also we saw a dollar weakening from the same level here, which is around 92.2. Again, it has come to 92.2 here. So I hope it stays between 92.2 and ideally it should again drop back to 89, 88 levels. I think we need to see rupee strengthening against the dollar. This is also one of the reasons why our markets are down. But I think any move above 92, that could again put significant pressure on our markets. If we look at Brent crude, so Brent crude continues to stay higher. It's at $85 a barrel. So post the breakout that we saw in crude oil, clearly there has been a strong uptick, in the Brent crude prices. I think, but one good positive sign is that US has okayed for a purchase of Russian oil for the next 30 days due to this because of this conflict, because of which the Strait of Hormuz is blocked and our oil supplies are kind of blocked there. We discussed this yesterday, so I think US की कृपा है कि हमें Russian oil अभी खरीदने दिए वो 30 days के लिए. If we look at gold, so gold again has been hovering around its 20-day EMA since the last three sessions. Though there was some uptick once the war news broke out, but it has kind of seen some profit booking. But as long as it holds above the $5,000 an ounce mark, the overall trend again it's likely to remain positive. If you look at silver, silver again has been consolidating in a range. The 50-day EMA on the downside, silver has been holding on to this levels in the last three sessions. So silver is slightly mixed. I feel the next move for silver will come once $92, $93 is taken out on the upside. But till the time silver stays below $92 an ounce, I think the overall movement is likely to remain choppy to bearish. If you look at the FII positioning, so clearly for the fifth consecutive day, FIIs were net sellers in the cash market. They sold around 3,753 crores yesterday. That brings the total selling for the FIIs in the last 5 sessions to around 26,800 crores. So every day FIIs have been selling over 3,000 crores in the cash market since the past 5 sessions. So clearly FIIs have been offloading a lot of their positions in the cash market. If you look at the long short ratio, that has also dropped from we went from almost 29% on the 23rd of Feb, and we went down to 14.6%. So clearly there is a good amount of short positions that is built up in Nifty futures. We could see some improvement coming from the FIIs in the month of Feb. We could see there were days where FIIs kind of bought in the cash market. That is post the India-US deal, post the union budget. But I think once the conflict between US and Iran and Israel started, and since then they have been offloading huge chunk of their positions in the cash market over the past 5 sessions. Now, if we look at the index levels now, so clearly we could see Nifty started on a negative note. And since then, Nifty has been, consolidating in a range. I think we could see a descending triangle-like formation. If I draw a line here and if we consider this as the support, So ideally, your 24,575 remains a key intraday support for Nifty. And we could see that, Nifty has been moving in a descending triangle-like formation, which is it moves in a lower high formation with a flat horizontal trend line. I think if we break below 24,570, then I think chances are that we can move towards 24,530 on an intraday basis. That is where the next support is placed. If we break 24,530, then I think chances are that we can move towards 24,480, probably in the next couple of days, or probably even on an intraday basis as well. So I think Nifty is at a very crucial support area, 24,570. Any break below this can lead to selling pressure picking up in Nifty. On the upside, I feel the immediate resistance for Nifty is at 24,630. Till the time Nifty stays below 24,630, the trend is likely to remain sideways to bearish. If you look at the daily chart, again, we could see some good pullback that we saw in yesterday's trade. We closed above the 24,600 mark. But again, there is no strong follow-through move that we are seeing in the Nifty index today. In fact, Nifty has again gone below the 24,600 mark, which is in fact not a very encouraging sign, as far as the Nifty movement is concerned. Clear. So now if you look at Sensex, so Sensex also has been consolidating in a range since morning. So if you see for Sensex, 79,750, that's the resistance for the day. And on the downside, I feel the support for Sensex is around 79,230. And we have seen Sensex taking multiple supports from this range. We could see the buying coming in at 79,230, another round of buying that came in at 79,230. And yesterday, towards the last 1 hour of the day, we could see strong buying that came in around the 79,230 level. So ideally, the next support for Sensex is at 79,230. If we break below 79,230, I think the fall can probably extend towards 79,000. We could see a 200, 250 points drop if 79,230 breaks on the downside. On the upside, again, we could see a descending triangle-like formation. If I take a line here, and I feel till the time we are below the 79,500 mark, chances of an up move is ruled out in Sensex as well. So clearly the trend for Sensex also remains sideways to bearish. If you look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty majorly also has been consolidating, no support from either of your PSUs or your private banks as well. So clearly, if you see Bank Nifty opened on a weak note, kind of consolidated, kind of drifted further, but I think majorly if you see from almost 10:30, it has been consolidating in a range. I feel the next this is a very strong resistance for Bank Nifty. That is your 58,500. So this same zone acted as a strong support earlier. Bank Nifty also held on to 58,500 in yesterday's trade, but it has broken below 58,500 now. And the same level which has acted as a support earlier, chances are that that same level can act as a resistance going forward. So 58, 500, that's where the immediate resistance for Bank Nifty is placed. And till the time we are below 58,500, chances are that Bank Nifty is again likely to remain bearish to sideways. If you look at the daily chart, so clearly we have broken below the previous 2 days low. So you can see that 58,500 is a very crucial zone for Bank Nifty. And if the Bank Nifty closes below 58,500, I feel the next support is placed at somewhere around 57,800. And if we break below 57,800, then I feel this 200-day EMA, which is at around 57,500, probably another, it's 58,300 now, roughly around 800 points from the current level. That is where the next major support for Bank Nifty is placed. Now, if we look at how the sectors are positioned, so clearly Nifty Realty has moved to the lagging quadrant. So clearly there is underperformance in the realty space. Whereas if you look at Nifty IT has moved from lagging to improving quadrant here, but still IT is only stabilizing at the lower levels. There is no strong trend reversal signs as far as the IT index is concerned. So clearly there's an avoid for IT and realty for now. But if you look at the other sectors, even PSU Bank is seeing some profit booking at the higher levels. Pharma is kind of, it's placed in the leading quadrant, but it's still strong. Pharma and the healthcare continues to remain strong. There are some good, pockets of pharma space that is doing well. If you look at private banks, that is moving down. Auto is moving down. I think metal is also one particular sector, that is looking stronger currently. It's placed in the leading quadrant. If we see financial services is also down, infra is in the weakening quadrant, consumer durables is in the weakening quadrant, your Nifty media is in the weakening quadrant, even Nifty consumption is in the weakening quadrant here. So clearly, I think barring metal, your CPSC, maybe some pockets of manufacturing and pharma, these are the four strongest looking sectors currently. Apart from that, apart from that, the major sectors it's better to avoid, especially IT and realty is total no at this point of time. Where the other sectors are having strength, but they are not having momentum as far as consumer durables, infrastructure, financial services, these sectors are concerned. But apart from this, there is one other sector I feel a fresh rally has started to come in this particular sector. That is your defense space. If you remember in yesterday's session on ratio charts, where we had a webinar, we were discussing about ratio charts, and we had listed down certain stocks as well. So clearly, if you look at defense by Nifty's ratio chart, the ratio line is clearly moving higher. So clearly there is, a strong outperformance as far as the defense index is concerned. So that's the strongest looking sector currently. Now, a couple of stocks from the defense space, one would be data patterns. So we discussed, so data patterns has given a major trend line breakout. So this level of 3,230, 3,250 acted as a strong resistance for data patterns. We got a breakout yesterday. Today we have seen a strong follow-through move that we are seeing in the counter. Data patterns is almost up around 6%. And high chances are that data patterns can continue its up move, but it needs to stay above 3,360, 3,400 mark, because if it drops below this, then chances are that this can lead to a fake breakout here. So ideally the stock shouldn't drop below, it should hold about 3,350, 3,400 for it to continue its move higher. Apart from that, we even discussed solar industries. So solar industries, gave a range breakout on 2nd of March, and it has been, steadily moving up higher. So clearly there is, good buying interest that we are seeing in solar industries as well. RSI is above 60, DI plus is above DI minus, MACD line. The histogram bars are rising. That indicates, strong presence of buyers over the sellers. So I think you can shift now. I can 14,480, 14,500. That zone is likely to act as a strong support. And as long as solar industries is above this range, chances are that it can move higher. Apart from that, we even discussed Paris Defense. So Paris Defense gave a downward sloping trend line breakout. Then we could see some, profit booking coming in the next day. We didn't see a follow through buying here. But again, we are seeing a strong follow through buying in Paris Defense. So clearly, the RSI has moved to almost 73. It's above these overbought levels now. And ADX is also rising. That indicates bullish trend strength, with MACD line also moving above the zero line here. So clearly, as long as Paris Defense stays above 715, 720, even Paris Defense is likely to continue moving higher. Apart from that, if you look at Bharat Electronics, we discussed Bharat Electronics as well yesterday. So it was almost on the verge of a breakout. We have gotten a breakout today. So hopefully Bharat Electronics, sustains above 460. I think any move above 460 is likely to be positive, and it can continue its up move higher towards 475, 480 levels in the short term. while 460 is likely to act as a strong support for Bharat Electronics. Apart from that, even Astra Microwave products, if we look at Astra Microwave, so clearly even Astra Microwave has given a downward sloping trendline breakout. I think post the breakout, it kind of took a retest here around the 955 zone. So the same trend line which acted as a resistance earlier acted as a strong support, and we have seen a steady up move in Astra Microwave products as well. So as long as Astra Microwave continues to stay higher, so I think the support is around 1000 levels right now. Currently, the stock is at 1044. So as long as Astra Microwave is above 1000, it can continue its ascent higher as well. I'll come to that part, Deepuji. Just let me complete my mid market and then I'll come to your questions. Now, the other sector that is at focus is your infra space as well. So if you look at infra by Nifty, even we are seeing strong traction in infrastructure space as well. So a couple of stocks, one would be Reliance. I think there is positive news for Reliance, considering the fact that Reliance used to buy a lot of seaborne Russian oil, and we have got an exemption for the next 30 days from the US. I think this is one of the reasons why Reliance is moving higher. So as long as Reliance trades above 1345, 1350, the overall structure is likely to remain positive for Reliance Industries. Apart from that, even Cummins, it took strong support from its 20-day EMA. The overall trend was already up. We could see some profit booking, but it closed below its 20-day EMA, but it quickly reclaimed its 20-day EMA in yesterday's session. And there is a strong follow-through move that we are seeing in Cummins here. So as long as we stay above the 4,680, 4,700 mark, the overall trend is likely to remain positive in Cummins India as well. And the last stock that I want to discuss is NTPC. So clearly, even NTPC, same story. NTPC was trading above the 20-day EMA, then it dropped below the 20-day EMA here. But then again, you could see there was some indecision candle somewhere around the 20-day EMA. And there's a good amount of buying interest that we are seeing in the last 2 days. Even the volumes has kind of picked up. The RSI has moved above 60. So even NTPC can likely move higher, but it needs to hold about 365. So as long as it holds about 365, the overall trend is likely to remain positive for NTPC as well. So that was about today's mid market session. I hope it was informative. And sorry guys, I'm having a bad cold. I mean, you can clearly see like I'm really struggling to even take the session today, but I still managed to do that. But so we'll skip the concept topic for the day, but we'll do the question and answer at least for the next 10 minutes. I would like to answer some of your queries before we wrap up today's mid market session. So first I'll take Deepuji's queries. Deepuji is asking about Cochin Shipyard. आपने इसमें इंट्राडे लिया है कोचिन शिपयार्ड. See, there are better names in the defense space, Deepuji, rather than Cochin Shipyard. But if you are already holding, then maybe hold with an SL of maybe 1460. If it goes below 1460, it's better to exit. But I feel there are much better names apart from Cochin Shipyard. So Data Pattern, Solar Industries, Paras, BL. These are some better names in the defense space here. Manoj sir bought oil ONGC sale on Wednesday. What should I do? Oil India, continue to hold. Oil India, you can hold with around 465 as an SL. ONGC also, you can continue to hold with around 270 as a SL. And which is the other stock that you bought? Sale, I think continue with 152 as an SL. If it drops below 152, then it's better to exit. ये तीनों stocks अच्छे हैं, but momentum नहीं है फिलहाल के लिए तीनों stocks में. Nitin sir, even US and Brent crude oils are 15%, but Oil India and ONGC oil upstream companies are falling every day. Can you explain the reason? Yeah, Nitin I think in fact, even I'm kind of surprised, but I feel the fact that ONGC and Oil India, at least your oil upstream companies, should ideally go up, especially when crude oil is up around 15%. But the fact that there are some, but this is not as clean as it looks like. See, the reason why crude oil has gone up is because the oil supply chain is kind of restricted right now, because Iran has blocked the Strait of Hormuz. I think that is a primary reason why crude oil prices has gone up. As such, उसमें supply का ये concerns नहीं था. सेकेंडली, ये जो हम रशियन ऑयल अभी खरीद रहे हैं, दैट इज सिर्फ एक महीना का हमें छूट दिया है यहाँ पे, कि हम 1 मंथ के लिए ऑयल खरीदे. एंड आई थिंक पोस्ट 1 मंथ, एंड आई थिंक दिस वॉर इज नॉट गोइंग टू प्रोलॉन्ग फॉर लॉन्ग. सो हाई चांसेस आर दैट मे बी पीपल आर एंटिसिपेटिंग कि क्रूड ऑयल प्राइसेस फिर से अपने ओरिजिनल लेवल पे आ जाए. अभी तो $85 है, हो सकता है शायद फिर से वो $75-70 तक पहुंच जाए. Maybe this is one of the reason why your Oil India and ONGC is not doing well as such, because सच में कोई सप्लाई कंसर्न्स है नहीं, और सिर्फ वो एक स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मस ब्लॉक हो गया जिसके कारण आपका क्रूड ऑयल प्राइसेस ऊपर है. So fundamentally there is no short supply of crude oil, because of which your oil upstream companies needs to go up. Maybe एक short term pain हो सकता है, but this is not a long term pain for us. And thirdly, again we'll again resort to buying Venezuelan oil, US oil after the situation stabilizes here. So मेरे को लगता है, I think this is the reason that I can think of. Barring that, I don't see any other reason apart from this. DCX India is also good. Good. DCX India, it's already up around 12% today. But as long as it holds above 190, I think it can continue its up move higher. Astral, you can continue to hold. I think you can keep an SL around 1660. That can be a good SL for Astral Limited. Karnataka Bank is also good, but I think it faces a strong resistance at 220. I think any move about 220 can push the prices even higher. But I think you can keep immediate support around 212. As long as it trades about 212, overall structure is likely to remain positive. Data patterns, you can trail your SL. If you're already holding data patterns, rather than selling, I would say trail your SL to 3,450, 3,460. Rather than cashing out the gains now, because I feel defense rally has just got started. So हो सकता है कि शायद the data patterns और जाए. So better है कि आपका SL trail कर देना, ताकि अगर नीचे भी आए तो you'll be in a better position. HAL avoid करना, guys. I think HAL is even underperforming its own sector. There are better names in the defense space, guys. Avoid Hindustan Aeronautics for now. Natco Pharma, Sun Pharma, both are good, Varwarji. Natco Pharma, you can continue to hold. Overall positive, I think 990 is the fresh support for Natco Pharma. And I think as long as it stays above this level, it is likely to remain positive. Sun Pharma is also good. Sun Pharma around 1770. As long as it stays above 1770, the overall structure is likely to remain positive for Sun Pharma as well. Aditya ji, DLF avoid karna filhal ke liye, let, because it has even broken below its major support here. 600 ke bhi niche aa gaya hai. The 600, 605 is a strong support for DLF, and it has even broken below that level here. And clearly there is no strength and momentum in DLF, in fact in the overall realty space. तो जब तक हम 600 के ऊपर नहीं आते, तब तक it's an avoid on DLF. Aditya ji. Keith Industries. What's the symbol name for Keith? If you can help me, Sudhakar ji. Keith Industries का एक बार symbol KEI. अच्छा, KEI is good. थोड़ा सा मोमेंटम कमी है KEI में, बट आई थिंक एज लॉन्ग एज इट स्टेज अबव 4,830, 4,850, द ट्रेंड इज लाइक टू रिमेन पॉजिटिव. निफ्टी 20 तो आप लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए कर ही सकते हो कल्याणी जी. बैंक 20 अभी फिलहाल के लिए अवॉइड करना. मे बी अगर लेना है तो डिफेंस 20 अगर है तो मे बी यू कैन कंसिडर दैट, बट अवॉइड बैंक 20 फॉर नाउ. because फिलहाल बैक पे इतना मोमेंटम नहीं है. But maybe any defense related Bs, if you get any, maybe that could be a good entry, I feel, because defense has just recently given a breakout, and hopefully it keeps continuing to move higher as well. LT Foods अवॉइड कर रहा है. LT Foods जब तक हमें 450 455 के ऊपर स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लोजिंग नहीं मिलता है तब तक इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड LT Foods योर. वंडरला हॉलीडेज अवॉइड करना शिव प्रसाद जी. क्लियरली डाउन ट्रेंड में है. डिस्पाइट सम पुल बैक द ओवरऑल ट्रेंड इज स्टिल डाउन. Better to avoid Wonderla holidays for now. Yeah, Bank of Maharashtra is good. The thing is PSU बैंक स्ट्रॉन्ग है बट फिलहाल के लिए अब थोड़ा ठंडा पड़ गया है तो मे बी उसको एक फ्रेश बूस्ट चाहिए. अब आई थिंक PSU बैंक्स को एक बूस्टर डोज देना पड़ेगा अभी फिर से ऊपर जाने के लिए. So I feel Bank of Maharashtra, as long as it stays above 67, I feel the trend is like to remain positive. And the same is for Union Bank as well. Even Union Bank continues to move higher. This 20-day EMA has been acting as a strong support over the last 3 sessions. But maybe if it breaks below 189, we could see some correction up to 180. But I think अगर 189 के नीचे जाता है, I feel यूनियन बैंक को फिलहाल के लिए exit कर देना चाहिए, but only when it closes below 189. Till the time it's above 189, you can continue to hold. Sirma avoid karna. There is clearly there is some pressure that we are seeing in Sirma Technologies here. I think this 730 is a strong support for Sirma. If we break below 730, I think then chances are that we can go down even further. Avoid Jammu Kashmir Bank. Good. In fact, we can continue to hold. Maybe consider around 116 SN SL for Jammu Kashmir Bank. Central Bank avoid karna. There are better PSU names compared to Central Bank here. Bandhan Bank. Yeah, good. I think the chart structure is positive. Maybe 175 is a fresh support for Bandhan Bank. As long as it's above 175, the overall trend can remain positive. Lupin is also good. Lupin is good. Maybe you can trail your SL to somewhere around 2300. That's the fresh support Vijayji for Lupin. I think as long as it stays above 2300, it is likely to remain positive. RHIM. Aditya ji, avoid karna hai thoda pressure mein RHIM. It's better to avoid RHIM for now. Nation Alam is good. I think you can consider 360, 362 as a support for Nation Alam. Jupiter Wagons. आज एक strong pullback आया है lower level से, but too early to call this as a trend reversal because and it's already up around 15% today, so no point buying at this level. Let's wait it out for a couple of days. थोड़ा सा correction आ सकता है अगर फिर से ऊपर चला गया 295 के बाद, then we can enter, but don't enter now. Let's थोड़ा सा profit booking आ सकता है मुझे लगता है considering the fact that it's already up around 15%. So wait for that and probably जो second leg जो आएगा फिर से 295 के ऊपर जाएगा. I think that could be a good entry point because अभी आपका risk to reward नहीं बैठेगा Jupiter Wagons पे. Yes, you. डबल बॉटम, ये डबल बॉटम है बट आपका डबल बॉटम कब कंफर्म होता है? तो दिस इज योर डबल बॉटम, बट डबल बॉटम इज अ रिवर्सल साइन. तो ये जो नेकलाइन है ना इसके ऊपर जाना चाहिए. सो दिस इज निफ्टी PSU बैंक. अराउंड दिस जोन इज योर डबल बॉटम, बट this pattern will get confirmed only when it goes above 9450. तो जब नेकलाइन ब्रेकआउट होगा ऊपर की तरफ तब जाके यहाँ पे आप एक ट्रेंड रिवर्सल बोल सकते हो. तब तक ये सपोर्ट आप बोल सकते हो. डबल बॉटम गेट्स कंफर्म्ड ओनली व्हेन the neckline resistance is broken out. Clear guys. और कौन सा पूछा आपने? DCX सिस्टम्स तो मैंने बता दिया है यहाँ पे. HBL इंजीनियरिंग गुड, एक डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेकआउट तो है. Wait for a follow through move above 685 690. I think if we get a good follow through above 685 690, then I think we can move higher towards 700 705. आदित्य जी, आपने ध्यान नहीं दिया, मैंने डेटा पैटर्न्स के बारे में बताया यहाँ पे. डेटा पैटर्न्स आपने 3540 में लिया है ना? अच्छा, अभी लिया है आपने. तो एक काम करना, 3450 का SL रख के आप चल सकते हो यहाँ पे आदित्य जी. Sir, Iran will ultimately divide into 2 to 3 regions. We'll have to wait and see, Sudhakar ji, what happens as far as Iran is concerned. Okay, if you look at ICICI Bank, in fact, this was a strong. Raglaji is asking for Bank of Baroda. थोड़ा सा मोमेंटम कमी है. ओवरऑल ट्रेंड स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बट आई फील 289 एक सपोर्ट है. Hold till the time it doesn't breach 289, but below 289 it's better to exit. ठीक है. So I guess that's all from today's bid market session, guys. मेरे में और आज शक्ति नहीं है और आपके क्वेश्चंस लेने, because I'm really struggling with my nose today. I mean, having a terrible bad cold, and I think I'll need to take some rest now. But nevertheless, I try to cover as much as I can. And very happy weekend, guys. So rest for the next couple of days. And we will meet again on the 9th of March on Monday at 12:30 on SBI Securities YouTube channel. Until then, bye, guys. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you all on Monday at 12:30. Bye, guys. Yeah, Rakesh ji, I have an allergic cold from my birth. So this is not a regular cold. This is allergic cold. So, I mean, there is no ilaj to it. I think it keeps happening very frequently. Okay. Chalo, bye, guys. Take care. And I'll see you all soon. Take care, guys.